Hey guys, HMK here once again with another Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild video. A lot of you guys have been asking me about this certain thing. And no, it's not the old man, talked about that already in the timeline, I'm going to talk about that soon. But something that has everyone flipping out is that apparently people who played the demo, I really haven't gotten a chance to do this specific thing in the demo because I was just going out running wild. If you go to the Temple of Time, the ruins of the Temple of Time, all the way to the top, and look at the grand distance of the ruined Hyrule, you can see this, a floating island in the distance. And the first thing when people think about floating islands is that Skyloft. The plot thickens. So a lot of people's asking me, is that Skyloft? Is Skyloft in the game? Is Skyloft is that truly Skyloft? Well, at first glance, you know, a very popular, the most popular floating island in the Legend of Zelda series. Not the first, is definitely Skyloft, and you know, its importance is that people rose from the land of Hylia, or the surface, in order to avoid the great war that was going on with the Mayas and Hylia and the other races, in order for humanity to survive. And it's up here. They went to Skyloft, and then eventually they descended back down from Skyloft to repopulate the surface and dub it Hyrule. Start the kingdom of Hyrule. But, is this really Skyloft? Well, there is a lot of things, you know, looking at it like, oh, maybe we can go back to Skyloft in this game. That would be a great, you know, homage back to Skyward Sword. But the thing is, I do not believe this is Skyloft. Why don't I believe this is Skyloft? Because of one special thing, and that is Hyrule Historia. Yes, it is probably blending with my green screen because it's green, and my green screen is green, and the book is green. But anyways, if you go, turn to page 77, class. An excerpt here about the Temple of Time after the end of Skyward Sword. It says right here, it is thought that Ryu built the Temple of Time, and shows a picture of the Temple of Time from Ocarina of Time, the Temple of Time that's ruined in Breath of the Wild. It's thought that Ryu built the Temple of Time directly over the ruins of the sealed temple. So with that in mind, where did the sealed temple drop onto? Where it dropped from Skyloft. You guys haven't played Skyward Sword. It dropped from Skyloft onto the sacred temple, the recompletion of the sacred temple, the big statue of the goddess Hylia, dropped onto the imprisoned and destroyed it. So when that was dropped and completed, that became the Temple of Time, the ruins of the Temple of Time. So by that logic and understanding, we can assume with great percentage, 95%, that Skyloft, Hyrule, the kingdom of Hyrule before it was called Hyrule, was floating directly over the kingdom of Hyrule in Ocarina of Time, since the Temple of Time in Ocarina of Time was built over the sealed temple. It fell, right? So the Skyloft will be over that in order for it to fall down on where the Temple of Time would be. Since you had to scale the Temple of Time to see the island in the distance, then I really don't believe that is Skyloft, because Skyloft is all the way over there where it should be directly above you. Also, Skyloft is above the clouds. For us to see it at the top of the Temple of Time like this, you know, I'm pretty sure there was a mountain that was right next to the floating island, the mysterious floating island that we can see off of. We could probably paraglide from the tallest mountain and get to this mysterious island. So the fact that you're able to see it and it's like at clouds length, not above the clouds, I don't think it's Skyloft. What else can it be? The city in the sky? Well, it could be the city in the sky because one, it's another floating island, and two, it's pretty much in line with the clouds and whatnot. But at the same time, I feel that it's too low to be the city in the sky. And also, going back to Skyloft, a lot of people are arguing, hey, what if Skyloft moved? It floated up and it floated down, maybe. I don't know. It went directly up. It's not one of those moving islands. No. I would believe that was seen in the sky because it had propellers. You know, propellers could keep it up. And it had a shitload of propellers, so I mean, they could go that way, go this way. So it might be the city in the sky. I really don't think so because I feel that it's too low to be the city in the sky. And also, if we actually find out where this thing is located, if you guys could do all that mumbo jumbo magic, it would have to be someplace over Lake Halea or the Gerudo Desert. So that's where it would have to be if it was the city in the sky. However, just because it's a floating island doesn't mean it has to be Skyloft or the city in the sky, because there are many floating islands in the Legend of Zelda series. Who says that this cannot be the Palace of Winds? The Palace of the Winds. I mean, a lot of people are theorizing that this game might take place in the Child timeline. I am working on a big theory video on the timeline. Trust me, guys, it's coming. I know you guys have been asking for it. So it could be the Palace of the Winds. Child timeline, 4 Swords Adventures. Minish Cap, 4 Swords. That's in the Unified timeline. So it might end up being the Palace of the Winds. The first time we ever see it in the 3D Zelda, you know, just taking everything we know about Hyrule and just like, Argh! So the possibilities are really there, but for the notion of it being Skyloft, I really don't believe that. Skyloft, thanks to the inclination from The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia, and the fact that it's below, at Cloud's height. It has to be like way up there. And the fact that it's not over the Temple of Time, which it should be, because the temple that broke off Skyloft, that fell at the end of Skyward Sword, should have been where it was. So that's what I have to say about it. But I want to know what do you guys think this floating island could be? I don't think it's Skyloft, but do you think it's Skyloft? Leave your reasonings in the comment section below. So, until next Breath of the Wild video, I've been HMK. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and most importantly, subscribe. So, until the next one, I will check you guys later.